Let's talk about the IELTS speaking and some of the most recent questions that were asked in August 2021. I got these questions from the lovely students who wrote the exam from our institute and also from our very supportive YouTube community. Now bear in mind, they keep changing from center to center. Now for this video, like always, I will be giving out sample answers. However, I'd just like to remind you, please do not try to copy any of these answers, but you can use the ideas or keep it as a small reference. Let's start learning. Alright, so the IELTS speaking has three parts. Part 1, some general questions. Part 2, a cue card. And Part 3, some discussion questions based on your Part 2. Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of details, but if you want to check it out more or you want to find out more, then please check out my other video where I talk about the full details of the IELTS speaking. So today I'm going to discuss, like I said, start with Part 1, and I'm going to discuss three main vocabularies. The first vocabulary is voice, the second one is going to be about signs, and the third one is going to be about baking. Now, please bear in mind, for the exam, they're not going to tell your vocabulary is so and so, and here are the questions. What the examiner will do is they are just going to keep giving you questions. That's it. Okay, so let's start now with the first one, which is voice. First one, do you like your voice? Yes, indeed, I like my voice. As a matter of fact, I find myself very fortunate to actually have the ability to speak. The second question, has your voice changed much since you were younger? Yes, it has. I believe it has become more refined and more adult-like. Third question, does anyone in your family have a similar voice? Yes, of course. I know that because many people often confuse my voice and my father's voice when we are on the phone. So I would say my voice is very similar to my father's voice. The fourth one, have you ever listened to a recording of your voice? Well, not in recent years. However, I've done it when I was in my school, but of lately, I've just not got the time to do it. Let's now move on to the next vocabulary on science, and the questions are, do you like science? Yes, of course I like science. Actually, liking would be an understatement. I love the subject science. I liked it so much that I even took my bachelor's and master's in it as well. Second question, did you learn about science in primary school? Yes, we were taught the basics in our schooling in primary school, but it got more interesting from the secondary school onwards. The third one, how often do you read about science? I try my level best to do some kind of reading every single day to learn about the new inventions or the discoveries. But unfortunately, right now, because of my busy work schedule, I'm not able to do that, and I still try to do it at least once a week. The fourth question, why is science important to learn about? It is very important to learn more about science because it gives us an idea as to how much we have progressed technologically as a race. It also, in addition, it gives us an idea as to how we have made our lives and the lives of people around us better. Brilliant. Now let's move on to the next one. But wait, before we jump into that, if you're getting some value out of this video, please make sure to hit that like button. Let's now move on to the third vocabulary list, which is on baking. And the questions are, did you learn to bake as a child? Well, unfortunately, no, I've not learned anything about baking as a child. Neither have I learned anything about the same when I am an adult. Second question, Do you bake often? As previously mentioned, I'm not into baking and neither have I learned anything about baking. But I feel like I should take some time out to learn something about baking, and hopefully that will happen in a couple of months. Third question, what foods are baked in your country? In my country, all sorts of foods are baked, which include pastries or cakes and even cookies. It's always in demand and people love sweets in my country. The next one, is baking popular in your country? Yes, it is very popular in my country. As a matter of fact, it is part of our tradition to always give some kind of sweets for any function or even when we are visiting someone's home. Brilliant. Now let's move on to our part 2. For the part 2, I will be giving out the question and then you can pause the video, spend 1 minute to just prepare for that question and speak about it for the next 2 minutes. Record yourself and check it. You can also get my advice if you want, only if you want, but for that all you have to do is type out the answer in the comment section. Okay, so here we go with the part 2. Describe a person who is often in the news and who you would like to meet. You should say who this person is, how you know him or her, why he or she is often in the news, and explain why you would like to meet him or her. Your time starts from now. Okay, brilliant. And with that now, let's move on to the part 3. But before that, we would love to have you on our YouTube community. And for that, all you have to do is make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get a notification whenever we drop a new video. Now let's move on to the part 3. Here also I will be giving out the question. After the question, you can pause the video and just answer it by yourself. Or if you want me to check it, once again, drop it in the comments below. Here we go with part 3. What is the difference between new media and old media? Do you think the contents in the newspaper are reliable? Do you think it is necessary for people to watch foreign news? How has social media changed how we consume news? What kinds of famous people are usually in the news in your country? Brilliant. So with that, now we have come to the end of our part 3, that is for the speaking. Let me know in the comment section if you got any of these questions for your exams, and if yes, how did your answers go? Okay, please share this video with your friends if it was informative, because it might help somebody else as well. If you would like to get some expert advice with regard to some coaching in IELTS or PT or OET, then log on to our website and check out our different packages and sign up with us. If you would like to get in touch with me directly, then you can just check out that small little contact form that we have introduced. Click it, send me your details, and I will personally give you a call back. Check out some of our other videos that will be popping up and learn something new. Till we meet again, this is your tutor, Noel, wishing you a fantastic day ahead. Ciao.